YouTube, what's going on, y'all? Man, it's your boy D Weezy. Welcome back to another video. Now, today's video, I want to start a few conversations about a few things. So, without any further ado, let's have a random talk. Let's start having a conversation about self-checkout. Now, when self-checkout first hit the scene, when it comes to the grocery store world, it was branded as an idea of instead of waiting in long lines and waiting on the cashier to bag everybody's stuff, scan, do all this, that, and the third. Why don't you just do it on your own? So we just go set up these stations. We can do stations where a couple gonna be cash only, a couple gonna be card only. But most of the time, it's gonna be having stations where you can do either or. Now, at first I think to myself, hey, it's convenient, it makes sense. Instead of waiting in long lines and you don't know what kind of cashier you're gonna deal with, or you don't know what type of customer you're gonna deal with, all that kind of stuff. You just do it on your own by yourself. It makes sense. Fast forward to today, and I was starting to think self checkout is just a bunch of BS, bro. One of the main criticisms that people had about self checkout was it made the cashiers not work that much. It made them kind of lazy. So we're just gonna still pull up on the cashier so they can go ahead and get their money's worth. And at first I was thinking, well, it does make sense, but it could be a little faster, a little more convenient, a little bit quicker when it's self-checkout. Next thing you know, every time I'm going to Walmart now, the site I specifically be going on, he be having 8 stations, but only 2 of them work. Make it make sense, bro. The other 6 be red, and other times, when they just want to shut it down, they just shut it down because they feel like doing it. You gotta go all the way across the stove just to use the other side over there. And you just gotta hope and pray that they don't be dealing with the same problems. I thought self-checkout was supposed to be a good thing, bro. Now it's just bad. Just bad for no reason. Let's start having a conversation about serving sizes. Now, I realize that serving sizes are very important because portion control and all this kind of stuff, it prevents people from overeating. It shows people what they're dealing with in terms of how much they're eating, and it also shows what we're supposed to be eating based on said item. My problem with serving size is a guy like me who loves snacks, some of these serving sizes be killing me, bro. Like for instance, we all know one of the main culprits of serving size conversation, Oreos. Now, an Oreo serving size is 2 cookies. You look in the mirror, or you just ask yourself the question. You ain't gotta look in the mirror. You can if you want, but hey, you ain't got to. But you can ask yourself this question. Are you going to convince yourself to only eat 2 Oreos in a day? Only 2 Oreos. 99% of the time, it's going to be no, and I'm part of 99%. Because think about this. A sleeve of Oreos is how many Oreos? 12? 14 maybe? Now, if you put 12, 14 Oreos in front of me and tell me that I can only eat 2 of them, I'm going to look at you crazy. Because with all these Oreos, why would I eat 2 when I can eat them all? So that's part of the reason why I don't really eat Oreos that much, because I'm just going to convince myself that, hey, why would I only eat 2? I can just eat this whole thing right here, right now. It's right in front of me. I know that's what I'll be thinking, so I'll stray away from stuff like that. So, especially chips. Another thing about chips, y'all know that the little fun size bag of chips we always get in the big old pack, that's one serving size of chips. We'll be getting the big old bags, the party bags, the family size bags, whatever. You know the little fun size bag, that's the actual serving size of chips. That's why it's so low. And the thing back in the day, we just be deleting them things with no second thought. It's crazy out here. Let's start having a conversation about these different methods on social media, especially with people talking about how to grow it. I've seen different kind of methods of people trying to promote. People saying you gotta use specific hashtags. You gotta post at these specific times based on your time zone. You gotta make videos in this specific time frame. You gotta do all of this stuff specifically if you want a chance to grow. And I used to get caught up in that stuff. I try to think different things out. Things weren't really working in my favor Until one day I just sat back and realized, hey, why not just post whenever? I don't care if the video is 5 seconds long, 30 seconds long, or even a minute, maybe even 2 minutes. Just put it out there. It don't really matter what hashtags you use. It don't really matter what time you post. Because at the end of the day, the right audience is going to find whatever so you're looking for regardless. You don't have to be posting at 7 p.m. every single day, or you don't have to use the same 5 forms of hashtags. You don't have to make a video exactly 1 minute long. I just think when people do that over time, it's just really just makes things stressful. It just makes things worse because when you want to come up with this stuff, it's already a mental game as it is. So why just make it worse? You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, man. I just want to start a few conversations. Let me know your opinion on a few of these things. More of the story: server size need to be bigger, and self checkout need to be checked out. You know what I'm saying? Because we gotta do some things about that. But like I say in all my videos, if you want to like, comment, subscribe, turn post notice on, share the video with 1 or 2, maybe a few. Y'all can do that. I can't force y'all because at the end of the day, y'all grown. You can do whatever y'all want. With that being said, I will see y'all on the next one. Peace out, y'all.